wood. So we're going to see an Alacrity Bear at one point in this game, and we've seen what this does to buildings and structures.
Nasty.
It just completely destroys them. So we'll see what they're going to be able to do. I do like better what Navi did, but I think that OG this time around still just have a much faster paced heroes like they did the last game. This tempo kind of controlling thing that we were talking about in the last one is probably going to play into favor again. But we'll see if Navi can do something about it. Dendy looks like he has some kind of plan. He's cutting lots of trees here. So maybe we're going to see some Tusk maybe pulling some neutrals mid or something.
Could be some sort of... Can you push? I think you can push them down with the shards.
You can push creeps with shards. Yeah. And I see him cutting trees here already. I'm already starting to think something's going to happen. We'll see.
It may also just be a setup, preparing just in case there was going to be any sort of play from OG coming across for that bounty rune, but...
Perhaps something like that. So
yeah, we'll see
Seneko gets the D-ward. I don't know. I think something's going to happen here with some creep pulling. I just have a feeling. I don't know why else he'd be cutting trees here on the mag, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see indeed. I mean, already... See if Seneko does hang around in the neighborhood. It's certainly going to be one of those two that looks to do the pull. We're going to see the Lone Druid try and get the double rune snipe. He's not going to get it. Dendy will find the bounty rune up top. But, yeah, well, I have to keep eyes on that spot there by the creeps, as you said, just to see if anything happens after the jungle creeps are spawned. Mid lane, though, Hannah, indeed, to be backed up for the most part by Jerax if required. And Dendy will have Seneko hovering around in the neighborhood on that Tusk, just in case things start to get a little too nasty in that mid lane. But Dendy indeed kitted up with the Quelling Blade, ready to get himself some CS and try and outdo the Invoker, which is certainly going to be easier in the earlier levels in this laning.
Yep. So we see the pressure coming out from OG. They do dual lanes, and Navi's responding with the tri lane. They really want to secure their Trolls farm. Kind of expected. S4 actually gets put in a very precarious position on the other side of shards.
They may just get this one. He's falling down incredibly low. A couple more touches. It's not going to be enough to outdo the heal from Fly.
That was very close. That was 2 Frostbites committed to try to go for that kill. So now it's going to be Lone Druid and Earth Spirit versus an Enigma. So no Toshi built a farm here, but General's also going to be able to pull the wave back and deny some farm.
Oh, again,
top lane again.
They get the sharp block again. S4 hanging around incredibly low. The spins bringing Seneko down very low in return, but he will survive. S4 will not. This tri-lane proving to be very, very difficult for the two of OG to deal with there. S4 just getting caught out of position by those shards.
Yeah, when he's level 1, he's very susceptible to dying. Once he gets level 2, the Berserker's Call should be more than enough survivability to help him there, but he gets a couple creeps kind of pushing into him. But now Fly in some trouble, or is it Seneko in trouble? 20 HP.
Oh, he's sort of baiting him there, Biver. Not quite got the mana, but just forcing Fly to back up. And indeed, now S4 does have that level 2. We'll certainly see if Navi can achieve a sort of pick-off potential again. Mid lane matchup, pretty even at the moment.
Pretty even, yeah.
As I guess kind of expected with these two heroes.
Yeah, when he goes for the Alacrity build, he's able to actually get CS just fine. But Mag as well. Can't really get harassed too hard. You always have Shockwave to push the wave in as well. While Invoker can't push the wave in at all. He just auto-attacks.
And the bottom lane, of course, with this sort of attention up top, having this dual lane and the fact that you have the Earth Spirit moving around the map. No Tails on his own, but it looks like he doesn't seem to mind at the moment. In this bottom lane, in fact, he's doing incredibly well against the Enigma. 13 for 3 against Generals, 2 for 5. He's having an easy lane on the Lone Druid.
Yeah, I think maybe he got a couple Eidolons as well, but Jerax was also starting down there and just sustaining him just a tiny bit extra. But yeah, that's to be expected. No-Tail should be able to just farm fine here. Jerax now making the commitment onto General bottom.
Yeah, diving in deep and with the boulder smash, holding him back. General in a whole world of pain as OG dive in, take him down. No-Tail has got to toggle off the aggro there, and we'll be fine.
That Invis rune.
And getting the Eidolons as well. So this bottom lane is just going from strength to strength for No-Tail. The absolute ideal start ready for this Lone Druid. Mid lane, and are starting to break a little bit ahead. 16, 17 for 9 against the 13 for 3.
The Alacrity's adding up. And Dendy didn't go for like PMS starting items, he just went for like the Quelling Stout, so he wants to rely more on right-clicking to last hit. Gets his bottle delivered, now he's going to Bottle Crow. Should be fairly even, but Ana is definitely pulling ahead by a little bit. Here, he went for the double null build as well, so it gives him a little bit more advantage in the lane rather than just having some smaller items, or some saving his gold.
On top lane, S4 now level 3. They're going to make a bit of an attempt onto him here, bringing him down. Seneco's there with the wraparound. S4 does have the backup of Fly. Snowball comes in. S4 actually walking in aggressively, looking to try and get the RNG with the spins. Isn't going to happen though. Frostbite's there to hold him back. And Navi once again will be able to bring down the axe. Fly not quite level 2 yet on this Dazzle.
Still level 1. He should get it. He's going to get it here though, but very underleveled on this Dazzle.
And they need that extra level. Whether it be the Grave or such, just to buy time for S4 to play his way out of that, or even to go a little more aggressive and actually finish off the kills with the RNG in hand.
Navi, though, you could see like this is an adjustment they made in this game. They probably wanted to kind of move around a little bit more with Seneko, but once they see that dual aggressive lane, they have to really put all 3 heroes there to defend it. Mid lane, Seneko making a commitment out to Ana.
Yeah, gets the snowball in. Ana, can he get out? The shards, well, they'll certainly enable him to. It is tricky, obviously, with the changes of the shards, how they go around the point that you cast upon, but
OG instantly reacted, though, to that. Like the
they
fly
fell.
TP, Jerax was already making his move toward mid, kind of expecting that rotation. Ana now.
Dundee with a quick skewer away. Seneko will get the trap hit. Ana getting punched down. Snowball connects. The heals there from Fly again. Very hard for them to quite just finish off that Invoker with the presence of Dazzle still in the neighborhood. But this is opening up the top lane. Having S4 back up, the phase boost is there for Pycat. He's certainly having a million times a better start than he did in game 1, which was incredibly hard for him against the S4 Batrider.
Yeah, that is the one like big thing too. It's like this Troll Warlord, this game he doesn't have to suffer so much versus this massive amount of magical damage like OG had the last game. This game it's just like he can get called and get sunstriked and stuff like that, but it's not like
and I guess
3 magic damage heroes beating you down.
In the laning stage as well, I imagine Troll is pretty good. It's not too bad against Nax, is it? Because you have that range, you have the slow as well. You know, to just sort of hold back S4 if he starts to look as if he's going to attempt to close the gap. There's just a lot of ways you can play around it.
High movement speed with like phase boots. You phase boot into it with your Berserker Rage. You have that bonus movement speed, so it's quite alright. Yeah.
And bottom lane, Notel getting the chance to put some pressure on this tower. General coming forward, has to be careful. Does have the backup of Seneko though. With the 2 of them, they can be a bit more confident in the way they come forward. Jerax is still going to look for the roll fall, comes through, only gets the boulder smash onto General. There will be Seneko trying to save him for the time being with the snowball. It's not going to be enough to keep that man alive, as General will fall. OG get the kill, and they'll have no trouble in finishing off this tier 1 tower as well. 6 minutes in, and taking full control of this bottom lane.
And he's going to have Midas at a very good time on Notail. He went for the like Bassy build on himself too, so he could pressure that tower. So you could, this was like exactly what he wanted to do. He was like, Enigma's obviously going to go to the jungle and kind of farm a bit.
That smash from Jerax. Beautiful shot. Will dodge the Sunstrike there with the snowball, but still 3 heroes surround him. He'll try and get himself out with the shards, but he's blocked himself in. Wasn't able to walk out as the shards just have not been working out there for Seneko.
Yeah. I do really like, I wanted to touch back on this like Basilius build like on the Lone Druid though. Not only gives him like the mana regen, but also gives him like the time to push the tower whenever Enigma goes to the jungle. So I really do like that approach.
Very close there in the middle lane. Dendy nearly getting taken out, but one spell slightly off the mark there from Jerax, and the haste rune in his pocket allowed Dendy to get himself back to safety. But indeed, you're not killing the Magnus, but you've moved Notel across to that mid lane, and now you're putting pressure onto another tier 1. So Navi losing control of the map very early on here. 7 minutes in, the pressure coming in. They are going to see if they can do something about this. Frostbite onto the bear, but the Savage Roar is there to hold Navi back and allow Ana and Notel just to stand their ground and look to finish the tier 1. Trying for the deny. Will they get it? They won't. Ana picks up the final touch, and the tower is down. 7.5 minutes in, and 2 tier 1s gone.
Yeah, they're heavily pressuring the towers, and they're forcing these reactions out of Navi, so it opens S4 to actually get some more space in that top lane. So his farm is starting to catch up pretty quickly. Midas is almost double finished up. Notail and Ana going to have them pretty much delivered at the exact same time. So very good for them.
Well, Seneko gets away with this one. He's come across for a bit of a journey. Did manage to steal the bounty rune. Looks like he'll be fine for the time being. Top lane, S4 getting some backup once again. Fly heads over. Tops him back up. Level 6 now on the axe.
Yep. Let's call Sunstrike into a Culling Blade. Should be able to bring down almost anybody quite easily if he's able to close the gap. Ana looking like he might be in some trouble here.
Well, find the connection here with the snowball. Dandy trying to get position. Do they have detection? No, they don't. Neither 3 of those heroes having it as well. Did even the CM have it, but was just out of range? No, there was just no preparation there for the Ghost Walk.
They're poor. Like they have 1,000 net worth for themselves right now. They can't actually have that type of thing. This is the one concern that I kind of had into this draft is like the greed that comes out from it when you have like this Mag Enigma. It's really dependent on your supports to have very good movements coming out, and so far it's been OG making the better decision moves and just pressuring towers and pressuring objectives rather than just going for kills.
And Anna really en route to getting a fantastic timing on the Midas Axe build-up. And top, S4, trying to get a clip onto Pycat. Pycat not letting that happen, and deep with that movement speed. Bottom lane general back in lane has really struggled to find much, as this lane has just well and truly been taken over by No Tail. As yeah, this is again the trouble. The fact that at this time around, Navi not necessarily as having as bad of a start as they did in game 1, but just the fact that still the difference between their start and OG start in the lanes is just really apparent.
Yeah, I think the big problem is also that they don't have great heroes to kind of just invade. Like the CM and the Tusk kind of lack damage in order to make movements to punish this Invoker's Midas in the jungle, while Lone Druid can just keep pressuring this bottom lane over and over again. They kind of lack the tools to kind of deal with this. I think they need to actually make a smoke rotation even with the mag to make a kind of kill happen for themselves. Otherwise, all 3 heroes, they're all just free farming right now.
Yeah,
no Lone Druid, Invoker, even S4 on the Axe, all of them are just farming in all the lanes.
And you've got 2 Midases, and Navi, they've not got none. So Navi really needing to do something to kick off a fight as such. Obviously Dendy with the build, looking for the Echo Saber before the Blink Dagger to make sure he does have a bit of stats, a bit of punch. Now we'll find top lane S4, a little out on his own. Snako not going to be caught in the call, has got shards again in a few seconds, but in fact, Jerax comes in with a roll in. Snako will be there to buy some time for himself, at least with the snowball, but they've already lost the troll. Snako gets dunked down as well by S4, and again, just these reactions from OG. Jerax setting up for the 3rd kill there. The Earth Spirit play on point, and S4 there to pick up the glory. Jerax with the plays that we expect to see from that man.
Yeah, beautiful defensive rotations coming in from OG. This is like their old school specialty that they were super good at. But I think Navi needs to get like the mag to get involved to go for those type of kills. They need that kind of extra lockdown and damage. But now Dendy's coming in by himself. Jarek's kind of chasing him out. Looks like he can just let him walk away though.
Dendy's trying to get to the top lane, see if they can form some sort of a defense here with Pycat and Snako. OG very much interested in trying to finish this tower off. They'll send the bear in, holding Snako back, trying to push Navi away from this tower. S4 eyeing up them as well, looking for a potential rundown. OG putting a lot of resources into this top lane. They're letting Anna be though. Anna continues to farm by the Ancients, so making use of this time as the pressure's put on. It looks like Navi's presence will be enough to stop OG looking to finish up that tier 1, as they realize time is being wasted up there. They've got to back off and utilize the other lanes.
Yeah, Navi tower defended. That's very important for them. They already lost 2 tier 1s. Losing that top one could be lose them a lot of their jungle farm. That would be just give OG a big potential, just take all their farm on their side of the map. But S4 now, this is going to be the big thing for OG as well. Once he gets this Blink Dagger finished up, they can start being even more aggressive.
That's top. Yeah, at some point this time, Snako not with the chance to snowball dodge the Sunstrike. He'll snowball in, incredibly low on health. They'll be able to finish him off. Maybe the creeps get the deny on him. No, not going to happen. Anna picks up the kill and continues to just rocket in value. Nearly 7,000 net worth on this Invoker.
S4 might be in some trouble here. He gets the Blink already purchased up. Haste Rune on Dendy if he wants to expend it. He is going to try to use it.
See if they have enough to commit for this. He may have to use the RP if he really wants this. S4's trying for the dupes around the tree line. Has the Berserker's call and the backups there from Fly as well. S4, he's going to be fine. And Dendy, he just has to get himself out of there. But the Boulder Smash, it clips him. Jerax comes in with the silence, the Magnetize as well. Snako is there as well. So Navi do have the numbers. Jerax is going to look to continue to chase, continue to make sure that Magnetize keeps on ticking. Dendy, he RPs him out of frustration. Jerax, he's going to live for the timing with the Grave. Looks like they will finally be able to take him as the snowballs in there from Snako. But what just a messy fight from Navi, and S4's there to make sure the trade goes OG's way. Picks up a 2nd kill. And that is RP down. That is Navi trying to make a movement down at that bottom lane. Very deep as well, as they're between the tier 1 and the tier 2. And it just does not go to plan, as once again OG, they are there to shut it down and come out on top.
Those defensive rotations. There's a reason this team used to be, or was, the best Dazzle team when it was super popular, and Fly always seeming to be in the right position at the right time. Same thing, I mean, Jerax, Earth Spirit, always in the right spot. Invoker getting that nice finishing touch, Sunstrike. Surges Anna even closer toward that Aghanim Scepter, gives him a lot more experience too. So he's already he's almost level 14 with an Ags.
This is insane how quickly he's going, and No Tail as well. He's en route to having that, well, at least the relic component very, very shortly. 2.6k on his way towards it. they need to do something about these two cores. I mean, Navi, of course, they have got this fantastic lineup where if they misplace their footing in one of these fights, OG, a Black Hole and RP could catch them, and an Empowered Troll can rip through them. But it's a small window that Navi need to try and find the position to go for.
The problem is
they're not going to let them, OG.
Navi doesn't have like a clear initiator right now in the moment because he's going for Echo Saber on the Magnus, so he can have like scale potential, but they don't have anyone to just start the fights. It's like Tusk can kind of like snowball in, but you're pretty much going to get the fight started on you 90% of the time right now if you're Navi. And you have to have heroes in position. I think their best play right now is to have like General sitting behind the Troll Warlord and kind of just baiting plays out.
On top lane, Navi have to be incredibly careful how close they come. OG are pushing round. 3 of them there. Pycat, yeah, he's already out of there. He is not sticking around for this one. The scan is going to connect, though. They know that there's someone in the tree line. Biver, he's been found out by the scan. Jerax rolls in, gets the vision, and Biver caught out. Great scan and great awareness from OG to secure themselves the kill.
No tell now, just walking up toward mid, putting some pressure on the tower. OG already making the response toward that bottom tower. TP to tier 2, smoke up. They're ready to set up the engagement onto Navi.
If S4 lands this blink, it could get messier, but already Dendi and Pycat back away. Just at the right time as well. One blink call and the damage would have been fatal. Top lane Ana, absolutely loving life this game. 3-0-1, been hitting the creeps all the time. Midas Aghanims, 15 minutes in.
Yeah, these No-Tail and Honor, they're happy. They're just like, I want to hit creeps.
They're just farming, and at the moment, it's definitely working out.
Yeah. Once they get the Radiance timering, that's going to become massive for them to actually force objectives. They already kind of have a team fight with the Invoker if he's involved.
Got a good rep round. Yeah, this is a good rep round on No-Tail. No-Tail is very deep here on this top lane, and he's all alone. And I think there's no way that he gets out of this one, surely. The Walrus Punch slow is there. Savage Roar will be laid down to stop the freezing field, but he's surrounded, taken down. And a big kill for Navi as No-Tail just pushing out a little too far. We saw Ana up there earlier, but of course on the Invoker, a lot of ways that he can get out of situations like that. With the Lone Druid, not so much.
Those kills give quite a lot, though.
Yeah.
A lot of experience being given up to everybody on the side of Navi. You see, like looking at the graph, it literally is just like a 2,000, almost or 1,000 plus experience swing toward Navi because of that death. So they do have to watch their position when they do that because the comeback gold can't come into fruition. Jerax now making an engagement onto General.
Yeah,
Sunstrike coming in on top.
There's the setup, and there's the finish up. Ana on point there, easily following up the beautiful combos of Jerax. He's certainly been doing his best for this game. 119, involved in 10 of the 11 kills, and a lot of them really down to Jerax's initiations as well.
Yeah.
He's been, as expected, of course, playing a very good Spirit game.
Yeah, his like recognizing of where to be in the laning phase has been pretty much perfect. Every single time he's showed up, he like counter ganks, and it goes in favor of OG. That being said, Navi enjoying a little bit of this little downtime too. I mean, for sure they lose their Enigma, but they have Empower, so Troll's able to surge his farm a bit more. Dendi also has the Echo Saber finish, so he farms faster, and he's on his way toward that Blink Dagger.
He's nearly got that, and that is the point
That's the point where they can start doing something, because Blink will come out, I think Mech on Enigma will soon come out, and then they can start actually taking some fights versus OG.
Even if you just start pinging one here, if you're just catching Ana or No-Tail, it's absolutely fine for Navi. It's not necessarily going to be looking for the flashy combos. It is just going to be getting those big kills. And as you said, as we saw earlier, just how those big kills, they result in a lot of experience and a good chance for Navi to really race themselves back to the top in this game.
Yep.
Pressure being put on top. Fly baiting here as S4 remains in the tree line. Doesn't look like Navi going to bite, though, as
they're defending this bottom tower.
Yeah, Pycat actually gets rolled on and kicked back. Oh, into the call. Beautiful combo there from OG. The kick and the call, and Biver, he's not making it out, and neither Seneko. The Tornado comes in. They'll snowball their way out, trying to buy themselves some time. Biver comes out with a freezing field, but he's taken out, and old Jerax lands the smash again onto Seneko as OG pick up all three.
Damn. That was sick. That kickback was super sick.
Jerax, as I said, we expect a good performance from him, but he is giving us an outstanding one here in this game. Well, it's just combo after combo and beautiful awareness of where his teammates are. It's getting messy, and a lot of it is down to how well he is playing. As I say that,
he gets himself
just
stuck.
Rolled into a tree.
The one spot
Well
he could
done,
get stuck.
Jerax. World's best Spirit player. Stuck in the trees.
It's all right. He's got Arcane Rune. He can roll fast.
Yeah, he's chilling.
But yeah, that was a 3-man defense coming out from OG. No-Tail probably was like, I'm not fighting anymore until I have Radiance. But now he's got to finish. So this is where OG's timing is completely online. They have everything they actually need in this game to go leading forward. Blink Dagger on Ana, S4 Blade Mill, close to 4-staff, Radiance. It's go time for them to try to
They've
keep
got
this
to do
pressure.
something big. But that Radiance is going to be an issue for that Blink. If that Bear's just coming straight down the lanes, how's Denny going to get the jump?
They get the scan as well. They know somebody's here. They know something's going up.
Hey, Navi has got to hold back in, not the initiation potential that they hope for. S4 is being eyed up. Dendy still on the sidelines. So hard for him to jump in on this, though. They have to rip someone away from Fly's backup, away from the Dazzle. And okay, there he goes. He'll go for just the one of them, looking to try and drag No-Tail away, but I don't think it's far enough. Fly's there. S4 comes in with the jump, gets the call onto Denny's, gets taken down, and it really isn't. You just can't make that sort of a play with the RP when there's a Dazzle. As he will be there to back it up. Biver again getting his TP cancelled by Jerax with the boulder smash, and 16-4, 20 minutes in. The start didn't look as bad for Navi, but at this stage of the game, I think it's looking even worse than game 1, Fog.
Yeah. OG knew that move was coming. They got this successful scan on some of the Navi heroes, and then you saw the way No-Tail and S4 were playing. They were just like running up and being like, go on us.
Look at about running up. Jerax just rolls himself up to the high ground, kicks General back. Oh my goodness. The Jerax Spirit, something that there was a period of time where it's not necessarily the hero that you can be thinking about when you go against OG, but recently they've been picking it back up and absolutely dominating games with it.
Yeah, here we go. Alacrity Bear is going to come out. Oh, he actually Alacrity himself instead of the Bear. Oh well. Doesn't matter. They're still just pressuring the Rex. Should be able to claim it here. Skewer on the Bear though.
All right. And we'll be able to, well, I said we'll be able to. He's going to be saved by the Tornado and EMP. They can't even kill the Bear. The Bear is on its way back. Come on, Bear, get yourself out of the grave on the Bear. Fly, the lover of animals, the savior of humans, and the Force there as well. The Bear is out, and the kick as well. Jerax just making sure a little bit of animal abuse is included. And he TP's back as well. The Bear is safe. Oh.
So the first blink showing from Navi, and OG almost knows that's kind of happening, and it's looking very difficult for them to kind of come back. PyCat hasn't really been able to get involved in this game again. It seems like this last time he got punished just super hard because of all the magic damage and everything that they had. This time around, they just kind of are like ignoring him and just taking out everybody else on the side of Navi and pressuring objectives rather than just caring so much about kills. Top lane.
And he has that RP. Last time it didn't go too great. This time, if they get Ana, certainly a kill that they can find. As long as he gets that RP in time, and do they have detection, Fog? That is.
They do have dust.
They do. We've got dust on the Tusk. We're good to go. Seneco's prepared. I say he's prepared. He might not be prepared for an Invoker jumping in and dropping the combo like that. Seneco, he's got to run. He's not going to be able to. S4's in with the Blink Blade Mail. And Seneco's gone. Where's your dust now? Jerax? Holds back PyCat there with the bottom smash. Silence onto General as well, but he will get beaten down upon by the Troll. So Navi to claim themselves a kill. The rest of the team, though, being forced back by the Radiant Bear. OG, even though they're down in Earth Spirit, will still have the power to take this tier 2 with very little that Navi can accomplish.
Yeah, Jerax was trying to buy time for his team to get there, but the damage output from an Empowered Troll Warlord is still quite high.
It's still pretty damn good.
Yeah. So being able to get brought down very quickly. But his team gets a tower. Small gains, though. Every single kill for Navi is very important, no matter on who's it's on. But still looking very tough for them.
They need that RP. They need that black hole. Of course, we are 23 minutes in the game. Still yet to see General find a position to get off that ultimate. He's just been farming away. Has the Midas in the mech. I'm saying that he needs to use that Midas.
Bottom lane again.
On bottom lane. There we have it, set up onto PyCat. Will get himself out of the initial combo, so the smash not on target. But PyCat, he's been hunted down by more. S4's there, but Dendy with the RP, is it enough? It's not. PyCat still dies. The RP not enough to save him. Dendy will make the TP out. But again, another period where there's no RP threat and you've lost your Troll. And mid lane fogged. No-Tail's just...
Oh, he's just taking the racks.
He's just chilling, yeah. He's just taking the racks. Seneca will try and slow him down. That melee rack's falling incredibly low. The rest of OG coming across now, and they know that there's this opening, this lack of the big ult from the Magnus. So OG can stand their ground. There we have it. Alacrity on the bear.
Plus 330.
That's balanced.
Let's see the racks. Let's see.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
All right, moving on.
I could barely count to 2 and it was gone.
Yeah. Wow.
That is some special stuff.
Yep, OG is just looking very commanding this game. They're just reading the movements out of Navi every single time. They're not even letting them take a tier 1, Owen.
No, that is
no
true.
mercy.
Yeah, all towers still. What's the health on the towers looking like?
They're all about the same, 700 something-ish.
They're taking a little bit of a beating, but it's
no mercy.
Oh boy. I want to see a smoke from Navi. Are we seeing a smoke from Navi? We may be.
We saw one earlier. They do have one on the Crystal Maiden, too.
They've got one on Pivot. Dendy, he's got no RP still though, 40 seconds. They really, really limited in what they can do without that ultimate. They need that to have a chance of turning the tide of this game, because at the moment, it's all flowing the way of OG. Roshan down, Aegis picked up by Anna, and Anna, of course, continuing to have a flawless game, 8-0-4.
They're so tanky now on OG too. Like with this, of course, you know, it's 16,000 gold lead. They're going to be a bit tankier, but with the evasion coming out from the Lone Druid, from the Radiance, as well as now Halberd finished up on Earth Spirit, these two guys are super tanky. Medallion and Weave as well for the Dazzle to kind of deal with that physical damage that could come out. It's very tough for Navi.
Oh, it looks like they'll finally get the tier 1 down here on the bottom lane. Pycat will finish it off, but they need to back off. They need to get back to base. Already the Bears on the high ground, eyeing up the tier 3. They do have RP now. They need something massive. Absolutely. Does he not have a TP, Dendy? Dendy, it's still on cooldown. He's having to walk up here. So already the fight's begun, and he can't get there. The TP was still on cooldown. So they'll lose the Enigma. S4 gets to jump in onto Seneko. He's gone as well. They'll buy back on the Tusk. They need to do something. Dendy now finally back here for the defense. Can they get something huge? OG not quite getting the racks yet. They'll smoke up, trying to find position. Anna jumps forward. Is it going to be jumped upon though by Dendy? Dendy wanting to find something bigger here on this defense, and certainly does need it with the lead that OG have. Bear ready to get back in. General's going to buy back. They've got to throw everything. They can't afford to lose a second set of racks on the top lane, and for the time being, they won't. Navi will defend, but it does cost them the 2 buybacks, and they're unable to punish OG at all as they get out with all their lives intact.
And that's 2 buybacks forced. That is Ana playing super aggressive, just blinking in, trying to force him to go on him to force the buyback as well. Looks like this is the desperation smoke, as we like to call it, for Navi, trying to find some kind of opportunity to get back in this game. Some RP onto like an Axe or a Lone Druid, just trying to get some kills out of this.
Just looking at that as well, the damage dealt from Ana. I mean, Ana really has been having an exemplary game. No, Snowball's not going to connect. Now Seneko in a bit of a dodgy situation, as the rest of Navi will surely bail on him. And indeed, they are already well out of there. And of course, he did buyback, so he's now down for 50 seconds. Doesn't have buyback on the Tusk. Dendy, caught out here by Ana and Jerax. He is going down, and he does have the buyback. He is almost certainly going to need to use it, as every sort of little chance and way out for this game for Navi it's getting closed upon them, as OG 22k gold lead, 10-0-5 Invoker, 10-2-5 on S4's Axe. Here we go. He's got the Shadow Blade, looking to set up. They do have the Sentry down. Look at the vision on S4. S4 quick, forces himself down to the low ground. 15 seconds until they have the Tusk up. Already Ana starting to play around with Pycat on the sidelines. Mana's gone. He'll shrine up. They'll turn towards Ana. Top lane though, the Bear, it's at work. The fortification has to come through for Navi. A couple more hits and that melee racks will be gone. Dendy once again smoked up. Can he find that jump? Can he find that jump? I don't know if he can. The melee racks, they've already gone. He's still holding back, but the Radiance Bear is in. And of course, it's just impossible for Dendy to blink in on this OG, just with all the answers to the way that Navi want to play now. You can't get the jump in with the Magnus. You can't keep them off your racks. What do? You
lose, Owen.
Yeah. It's looking like that. They will manage to drag the Bear back. Ana's there, though, to back up the Bear. They will lose it, so at least they get the plus 300. But again, the new Bear is out. Back onto the bottom tier 3. It's falling. Ana is up on the high ground. Navi,
look at his positioning,
I mean,
too.
They just can't punish him. He's on the high ground in their base, and there's nothing they can do to stop him.
Aegis should be taking out quite soon, though. So.
Sure, yeah. Actually, we've got the timer on the main screen.
It's about to despawn in like 1 second. It's about to disappear.
maybe we'll see a black hole. Maybe we'll see an RP that ends up being something that Navi are happy with. It hasn't happened. It really hasn't happened this game. Dendy jumps forward. Oh no, he's going to get caught in the call. He's going to get caught in the call. The Tornadoes, they will manage to walk himself out in time. Now PyCat actually getting it onto Ana with the Walrus Punch as well. Bringing him down low. They have got the Grave. Ana, can he play his way out of this? He's got the Invis. He's got the heals, but the damage from the Axes will take him down once. And as you said, that Aegis must have been close to expiring.
It was very close to me, about 30 seconds till it expired.
If anything, Ana's kind of happy that was pop when it was.
Yeah.
As that could have got messy for OG.
And he sent Forge Spirits top to snipe the Ranger Axe, so they do claim the Ranger Axe top at least during that.
But Navi, they do push them back. They didn't have to commit the RP or the Black Hole for that one. As, yeah, pretty much just a BKB charge from PyCat was all that was needed to allow him to just man-fight Ana.
Man-fight the bear too. Like they don't
him out.
They can't let the bear like walk up. As soon as it starts like, trying to hit the buildings, it just gets like frostbitten axes and stuff. Like, maybe we'll see like a BKB come out on the bear or something soon, just so he can hit the buildings easier. But it doesn't really matter. It's not like it's completely needed. They already have 2 Raxes down. He's just going for the AC for the survivability of the bear.
Yeah, if they can just slowly chip away these buildings, OG will be happy. And we have, and again, we have, as you said, trying to control this bear. It's brought back here by Jerax.
It's solar crested. It's weaved. It's got alacrity.
All the buffs in the world.
All right, now he's
What can
changing
you
it
do?
up. They just really want to get this building. Then they have access points into the Navi base.
All eyes on Dendy. Still needs to land that RP. Can he really do it? S4 will go for the jump in. Now we'll turn for his S4. Biver with the freezing. Oh, Dendy does go and gets 2. He gets S4 and Ana. That's brilliant there for Navi. Ana getting bashed up. They'll drop 3. That is exactly what Navi were waiting for.
There we go.
That is what they were waiting for. Dendy to get the RP like that. Just gets the 2 of them, but that's all you need at this stage. No tail, he is being chased, but I don't know if these guys can take him down. They can look towards the bear though, as it will be held back, controlled here by the snowball stun. Jerax is going to come in and see if he could try and save it there with a boulder smash, but it's not going to be the case. Shard's actually grabbing Jerax, but he rolls his way out of there. But as we can see, there is still potential with Navi's lineup. An ult like that, turns it on his head and bam!
Look at that
suddenly
swing.
A 6k gold swing.
Yeah, it wasn't even like the positioning too much from OGs. Like it's like so bad. It just Dendy saw an opportunity to go in as soon as they kind of clumped up a little bit, and I mean that's the potential still with like the mag. Empowered Troll does a disgusting amount of damage still, no matter what. It's the bigger thing than the gold. You know, of course it is like a 6,000 gold swing, but it's like a 7,000, 10,000 experience swing for Navi.
If anything, Navi, they want to really wait until the RP's back before they get caught in a fight again. PyCat's actually going to get called here. There will be the snowball to save him from the Berserker's call. General coming in looking for the black hole. Oh, he gets 2, and there's no way to cancel it. Jerax is down. S4 has to grave himself, but he's going to fall. That's not grave himself. He's not playing the Daz. He's playing the Axe. S4 was graved by Fly, but it's not enough to save him. Navi chasing down for more. They're going to get Fly as well here with the shards. And OG losing 3, and it's Navi, with these ultimates, they can do it. They land an RP, they land a black hole, and they get the kill. Soneko will be caught out on the sidelines by Ana. Oh, Dendy. Well, I thought he blinked in then and nearly had a heart attack. What's he got? RP's not quite back there.
They just got a
15
lot of gold,
seconds.
though.
But again, yeah, these trades. Dendy is being gone upon. 10 seconds until he has the RP. Ana's got to be careful how hard he pokes at this.
This is like almost a Scotty now for PyCat. Blink BKB going to be coming out for the Enigma soon. That's going to be a really big one. There's not pretty much nothing for them to stop that BKB black hole if he's able to find good opportunities.
Yeah, there really isn't. Oh boy, Navi holding on to this game. OG still very much with the lead, but Ana actually playing very aggressively, kind of teasing around with PyCat. He was confident to do so. We'll just have that movement speed with the Ghost Sword to get himself out of there.
The experience is almost actually even now after these last 2 big engagements from Navi from the Black Hole and the RP. It's about a 15,000 experience swing and a 10,000 gold swing. So that's pretty sizable for Navi. Getting now like much bigger tools. Like this Blink and BKB on the Enigma is going to be quite massive because he can actually just freely use it on. If he can see the Dazzle in a good position, if he can catch a Dazzle +1, he can actually just go.
Yeah. If he's getting 2 in his black hole, if Denny's getting 2 in the RP, then Navi are happy because it's all the control you need for a freezing field to come through, or just to enable PyCat to do the damage in these fights.
They've got a lot of like counter initiation. Like even with the Blink Tusk, if they do see like the Axe get somebody, they can use the snowball and then use the other 2 to get like another opportunity gain from that. So OG still needs to watch himself for sure. The Roshan is up. I think that OG doesn't really care about that, though. Looks like they really just want to brute force and end this game.
Yeah, and they certainly can do that with the Bear and the Alacrity. But at the same time, they get caught out by an RP, and this push can be put to an end. 20 seconds, and the Black Hole will be back online. Dendy skewers nothing. See if they can get the jump. EMP being laid down, double sentries, one for each eye.
Fly's going to play so far back in this now. He's literally going to probably be playing on like the other side of the hill.
Yeah, he has to. They need to make sure they can save whichever core gets caught.
Oh my! This Bear has plus 64 armor, plus 55 with the newly delivered AC with Solar Crest with Weave.
Oh boy!
And he just got. Oh, he actually just hit level 20 as well on the Lone Druid, so he gets that plus 12 Spirit Bear armor.
Aye. Basher now picked up as well for Notel. Lascardi nearly to be finished. I mean, the question is, does PyCat invest or does he hold off for that buyback goal? And it looks like at the moment with no indication to head over to the shop and finish off the item, he does want to make sure he has buyback. And Navi smoked up to the pit as well.
The Roche is
They're
up.
very grouped up here. Dendy's going to look for the perfect opening. There's 3 in the pit at the moment. BKB and the combo, the RP, the Black Hole is beautiful from Navi. They'll take down 2. Jerax to fall as well. They'll get the Roshan. Dendy grabs the Aegis. And OG, they just handed themselves to Navi on a plate there, holding each other's hands and dancing around with Roshan.
The 3-man, the freshly delivered BKB on the Enigma.
Woo!
We might have a game, Owen. There's still 2 Raxes behind, but this is big gains and opportunities. That's an Aegis, that's Cheese as well.
And that's the thing as well, that they're 2 racks behind, but they're still able to do this. That's when you got to be worried if you're OG. You say, well, on paper, we're ahead in value. We pushed down 2 racks, but somehow Navi are still able to win fights like this.
That was a great smoke movement. That was like perfect. They knew the Roche was up. Their lanes were pushing into their base, but they got it out just enough to not have it be like too obvious. I think you deafened me, Owen.
I think Navi deafened a fair few of OG as well with that play, as they, I imagine, are starting to fall silent. PyCat getting dragged back, but Denny, he's bigger with the drag back, gets S4, brings him back into the party zone, but the backup is there from Fly. Grave comes out, buying S4 some time. PyCat manning up though, will finish off S4 on the axis. He's down for a minute, and Navi now on the verge of being able to take themselves a set of racks here in the middle lane. The tier 3 down, buyback's there from S4, they've got to hold on to this. Smash onto PyCat, Sentry's dropped down as well, but he pops the BKB trying to get out. S4's in though with the call. Can he get the cheese off in time? PyCat, he can! Emergency cheese, it pays off. PyCat turns around with the slow, continues to back up. Jerax being Malefist up. Navi wondering if they can get themselves back into any sort of position to fight. Looks like it's just a quest to disengage. PyCat runs into the midst of them all though. He realizes that he has got to tank this for the team. The rest of the team will get out as PyCat falls. Does have buyback though. Down for 80 seconds. May very well need to use it as OG almost certainly going to look to shove themselves down this lane. The big ultimates, 20 seconds until Black Hole. RP is back up. So once again, Navi do have the preparations for a defense. And if S4 goes down again without a buyback,
that could be very scary.
They do still have a lot of outer towers, though, OG. There's still a tier 1 and a tier 2 on the top lane, still a tier 2 on the bottom. But, I mean, maybe if the Axe gets taken down, Navi can go for a quick 5-man push down mid.
They need to watch their positioning and just get good vision inside the base somehow for OG to be able to jump onto Navi. The Troll is dead. They probably ideally want to be able to force a buyback. They're trying their hardest right now, too. Lone Druid's pushing down the bottom lane. But Navi all in position, awaiting this. So they have to just really watch themselves. Like the way the Axe and the Invoker position themselves now, they have to just let Notel kind of hit it.
And that's a lead in. Quickly trying to burn the mana of Dendy. Pop the Shrine.
It's the Glyph forced. Trying to get damage onto the racks with the Alacrity.
Oh, Dendy! He's got 2 again. Jerax and Notel dragged up to the high ground. The Black Hole to follow through as well. Fly will get the Grave onto Notel, but S4 comes in. He gets caught in the Black Hole. 3 down on the side of OG. And a chase down. The sentries out. They've got the vision this time as Navi again with these holds.
That was a last-second buyback from PyCat. He literally bought back, I think, when he had like 1 second remaining, but he just goes in to get the two-man RP into the 2-man Black Hole. S4 actually tries to blink behind the Enigma to stop it through the BKB.
So it was a high-risk
high risk try to play, but the Black Hole was placed right on top of himself, so he gets sucked in as well. And yeah, like you said, no buyback
He's
on
down.
X. It's 50 seconds for Navi to try to punish this and
Look
try
at
to go
this
for
swing.
this.
I mean, a lead where they were 28,000 and now down to 10K.
It's actually down to 4K even
Oh, it's
now.
down to 4K now.
4.5 according to our top
Oh.
graph right there. So
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, the graph itself not to get, but yeah, you're all right. What a swing. Can Navi really close this out, get it to a game 3? They're going to go straight down the middle, try and at least finish off this mid set of racks. 25 seconds without the axe. They're trying to hold off on the Ana buyback as well. Trying to save that. Tsuneka with a quick jump in, punch to the face of the bear, looking for the skewer back, but Dendy silenced up immediately. Won't be able to hook the bear out, but they do get themselves the ranged racks and the melee racks. Can they quite finish this one off as well? They can. So Navi clean out the middle. The game will still hold though. S4 back in now. 10 seconds and Ana will be there as well. So not having to expend the Invoker buyback, but really the fact that there's been just a swing of such proportions in this game has got to be kind of flashing a lot of warning signs for OG.
yeah, they can't outpace the black hole in the RP anymore at this point. It's going to be up every single time they try to go for that siege, so it's extremely hard for them to actually break the high ground. Octarine almost finished up on Enigma now too.
He's 5.5K, 5.7K in his bank.
Yeah, he's actually got
is
it if he wants to
a rich
purchase
man.
it. And I think Dendy can also finish up the Bloodthorn if he
Yeah.
wants to. So their team fight potential is absolutely enormous now.
And once you got that Bloodthorn as well, the bear becomes so easy to kill. You
Yeah.
know, you can't go for that slow siege because it's instantly he's just going to be bursted down with the massive amounts of damage that are going to be flying its way.
It's literally been a 30,000 plus experience swing in the way of Navi in the last 10 minutes.
How's Pycat doing after that fight as well? So he's got the Skadi complete and not quite the goal for buyback. Still 600 short.
He's still got on cooldown.
He should be fine. Of course, yeah.
He's got
of
like
course,
5.5
you're right.
minutes,
Yeah, he came
so-
back then, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, still though, like you mentioned, like the bear is, even though it's not really getting brought down so easily, it's not the problem anymore.
It's going to tail off, yeah.
It's the rest of the heroes. They're just getting caught inside these ultimates, and almost wondering if the item building could have been a little bit greedy on the side of OG, but Navi definitely taking advantage of it with their big RP from Dendy, just bringing them back in the game. Refresher actually is going to be the choice for General, so that double BKB, double Black Hole.
And the build from Notel as well, now looking to get the Aghanim's. So trying to really open up the route potential with the bear. But you know, as we're saying, that bear is getting killabler and killabler, if that, for want of a better word. that bear gonna die.
Yeah, and it gets locked down very easy. Like the extra Malefice tick, as well as like the Frostbite from the Crystal Maiden sigil, all these different things playing into factor. We're approaching, no, we actually are at the 40-minute mark now, so we have double runes being spawned out. So we're going to be seeing DDs aplenty.
Who's going to grab that DD? See who's got eyes on it. It's going to be Ana. There we go. Always nice to have a bit of an extra punch on the Invoker. But again, that time has passed. Everyone's back in the game. Everyone's got their ultimates ready to go. And we've seen even with Fly's positioning, he has been able to get the Graves off, but the damage is already done from Navi. They're pretty much all of the time now being able to finish off the target post Shallow Grave.
Yeah, it's just looking extremely problematic for OG now at this point, because they can't grave like 4 heroes, and it's always going to be like it's always going to be like 2 heroes getting caught, and then when they try to respond, they have another counter initiation from Navi.
Yeah. And we've seen some of the high ground attempts now from OG as well. We're seeing a few sort of botch-ups between the lineup. Sometimes, you have S4 going in and Ana wants to throw a tornado at the same time, and suddenly the sort of team fight that OG has falls apart a lot easier than what Navi have.
I mean, it's such a small little spot. Like that ramp is actually super tiny, so every time like Ana was walking into Alacrity the bear, and then the bear gets low, and you see Jerax want to like geomagnetic pull the bear out, but that's when as soon as they get together, boom, the RP comes out.
Yeah, the quick reactions from Dendy. And then he was stocking up the money after that Orchid, and still continues to do so.
They're saving buybacks.
Yeah, I mean, he's
on the big heroes.
He can start investing in that Bloodborne, but you're not quite enough to finish it off completely and have the buyback as well.
The Mag and the Enigma are absolutely crucial, as we've seen to these fights. So if they do spend their gold and they don't buy back, it would just be like a game-losing kind of play. So saving buyback's good.
General has got enough for refresher and buyback now.
He does.
So he needs to pick that up, and I believe that's what he's heading back to do right now as he goes back to the base. There we have it.
He's got it.
There we have it.
Oh, man.
A double black hole, a huge threat indeed for the side of OG.
OG's just got to try to keep these lanes Side lanes just constantly pushed in.
Yeah.
Hope for the next Roche. That's pretty much their only way to kind of break this massive amount of team fight that Navi does have. Lone Druid Aghanims as well. About to be finished up on lane for No-Tail.
I wonder if he himself actually finishes off the Ags without the buyback, or...
He's still got it on cooldown for 2 more minutes, but...
That's true, I guess, yeah.
Maybe he saved. He might still save for it because... Oh, you noticed again? OG has 2 couriers. So I guess it's just the thing that they like to do at this point in the game. Because they did it last game at the 40-minute mark.
You're right. They did have a couple of couriers out there as well. That's something that I don't think I've seen any other team do.
Roche is up. So, okay, so he does finish up the Ags. He wants to be able to split push the side lanes as well as go for the Roche potential.
I guess he feels he can just play safe enough and... Whoa, talking about refreshes.
He switched it up.
He switched it up.
No
He's
buyback.
Gone all in.
He's
Dendy's
all in on
gone all
Dendy.
in. No buyback indeed.
Oh, man.
All right.
So there
could be risky.
They at least have General's buyback, but...
True, yeah, what's the buyback? Yeah, beautiful. Buyback status is here, as we can see. So, yeah, General with his. The rest of his team, though, lacking on the gold. 1 minute until we have got buyback on the Troll.
They're going quickly into the Roche pit. Can they bring it down fast enough before Navi's able to respond?
Last time this didn't go very well, but...
Yeah, this time they should be able to. Does very quickly.
Yeah, with the lanes all pushed in, Navi having to deal with the base. OG should get this. The ping's coming out over here. And the Radiant, also OG just scanning that area.
S4 is still like, this time, he's like, I'm not sitting in the pit.
He is not going in that pit.
I'm Shadow Bladed. I'm scouting. We're not risking this. The smoke's coming out for Navi, but it's a bit late to go for the Roche. Cheese now up on No-Tail. Ana gets the Aegis for himself.
Yeah, and OG just back up, look to reset themselves, not when to head over.
Up.
They know that if Navi hadn't jumped in during the Roshan, they would be there ready to fight afterwards. Coming forward once again, though, Jarek's on the high ground. General looking for the jumping, goes for a quick Malefice, will be silenced up. General walking forward. OG had to be scared of that threat of the BKB black hole. Ana looking to combo him down, and General has to put the BKB here to get himself out. So a little win there for OG, popping General's BKB. Still with that Aegis and Cheese, OG want to do something big with this. Obviously, General does have that refresher for it. Ana trying to jump forward, trying to force something more out of the Enigma. Won't quite get it though. General back up to the high ground. And OG looks like they're ready to once again potentially try and push down this bottom lane of Rax. Try and get that final set away from the side of Navi.
Looks like a plan is being built right here. Ana's trying to pressure bottom. I saw pings being done on the tier 4, so No-Tail's going to try to split push with his bear top lane. So the way to deal with like these big kind of ultimates, if you don't have like the best type of response, I mean, there's 2 refreshers, black hole, and RPs. So 4 massive ultimates pretty much coming out is to just take the split push mechanic into favor. And here we go. Bear is going in for the tier 4s while they go in for the tier for the Rax's bottom.
Yeah, they've got to do something about this Bear. And as we said, they do have a fair bit of damage to bring him down. They'll force him away at least. Bottom lane, Pycat moving in onto Ana. Definitely blasted EMP comes through though. Pycat, he'll head back. They'll shrine up, looking to remain.
The tier 4 is dying though. This double catapult wave with the Bear, he actually gets the tier 4.
Does cost the Bear's life. But as you said, the structure being taken, slowly but surely, OG can use that to try and put an end to this game.
Yep, hitting the range racks as well, slowly but surely trying to bring that down. Small gains.
And Ana just coming in like this. A quick cold snap, tornado, and a deafening blast EMP, and Pycat, and bringing board down very low in the mana, making it harder and harder for him to fight when the time comes. But still unable to really break that high ground in terms of this bottom set of racks. That is being held upon.
Keeping them at bay. The buyback for Dendy is about 1,000 gold away. Everybody on the side of OG does have buyback except for Fly, who's about to have it. As I say that. A Shadow Blade being picked up for No-Tail, so he is full committing to the split push.
Full split push wrap. I like it. Can Navi deal with it? They seem to struggle to really push out multiple lanes now, Navi. Just the pressure being overwhelmed.
Dendy, I believe he misclicked the BKB there.
Oh.
So he's got it on cooldown just for a bit. I don't think anybody actually saw it, though. I don't believe that OG saw it.
Our viewers at home didn't see it. We weren't looking at it.
Yeah, nobody saw it.
No one saw that. Dendy accidentally popped the BKB. It's fine. It's fine. But he does have the refresher if he really feels the need to.
They're just throwing spells from a distance right now. Tornado into a Boulder Smash, into Sunstrike on the Enigma, puts him down to less than half HP.
Yeah.
During this, the Bear, Shadow Bladed Bear, hitting tier 4s.
Oh. Sneaks in, it sneaks out. Poking and prodding.
This is a cool kind of thing. That's actually pretty sick. The Shadow-Bladed Bear just going for the split push. That's how you know you're in a bit of desperation mode.
Just anything they can do to close this game, and at the same time just avoid having to team fight Navi at this stage.
Oh, Biber. He's dead.
Aye, S4 gets the catch.
I think he just got enough gold for buyback too. Yeah, he does now. But here we go. They're just throwing spells from a distance.
Well, that is, yeah, with one hero down, they can try and abuse their power and numbers here, OG. But they still, it really is that's RP, that black hole that they've got to be so wary of. Bear comes up. As the Blade Mail, Pycat tries to man up against it. We caught out by a Tornado and a Sunstrike General jumping forward with the Malefice on the Bear. Desperately trying to finish it off. Pycat actually getting brought down to half. The Deafening Blast from the lower ground, forcing Pycat to back off and respect this. Dendi gets caught out by Jarek's General, heads forward with the BKB, looking for Anna, but Arana's already down to the low ground. General jumps across, gets the lockdown onto Jarek's. They can't quite finish him off though. He's going to be able to walk it off, stay strong. Bottom lane, Dendi again tries for the skewer catch onto Anna, but he's off the mark.
The
Anna.
tier 4 is dropping, and the range Rex.
Yeah, the pressure's working out this time until now. Pycat closes in onto Anna. The Grave's going to be there from Fly. S4 looking to see where he needs to get a jump in as well. He'll back off for the time being.
Dendi's got no buyback.
To push back. Indeed, he's out for 90. He can't get back in. General will go down. He'll buy back. He still has a black hole available, but Pycat being surrounded by OG. He's been disarmed. He'll try and fight back against Anna. And with the snowball from the Seneko, maybe they can, but no, he's gone. Buybacks come out from both him and Seneko. General moves forward with the BKB, jumps forward, but there's no one to black hole. He's off the mark, has to back away. And now Navi maybe getting to the point where they finally fall apart here to the relentless siege from OG. S4 tries for the call, but the Ancient is falling. The Bear is focusing on finishing the game as it goes. Pycat trying to do something about this Bear, but Anna jumps in on the back lines, rips Navi to